First we rockin', that's how we roll. Block is hot cause it's stick that don't. Tough as diamonds, no sticks and stones.
That's connected like tic-tac-toe. Lights go out and my pack just grow. Opposition, my prima foes. Game of hunger, bring that smoke. You don't want no smoke. Thanks out, attack on three, that's a man down. I've been throwing these balls like a handout. Too many capping, I be losing head count. See the red dot.
I like to cook so I hump on my dinner. My appetite only get bigger and bigger. If I too wolf then it must be a thriller. Woke up in blood so I must be a killer.
No way out when it fades out. Can hide in the dark. Cause when the moonlight and the full rise is glowing down. Nothing can stop or endanger us. So don't play with us, could be dangerous. So run if you hear the sound, the sound. Cause that's how we howl. That's how we howlin', growlin', wildin'. That's how we howlin', growlin', wildin'. Where are you now? Moonwalk on a rooftop like a wolf. I move like Nat Geograph with a zoom shot. Hoorah, huddle up, bring in the whole squad. These places not for you to reenact. First down and you know how we adapt. Touchdown and you know how we impact. Caught the throw, got the goal. Rewind the video, do it when you get it, run it back.
You unleash the beast. Call it Wolfgang cause we back to feast. Call it first hand, a new type of breed. Never sees, I got mouths to feed. Listen to hear the howling. Sound of a couple thousand albums. Now to feel surrounded. I move with silence. Root like a group of wilders. No choice but to choose the violence.
Can't break out, no escape route. There's nowhere to hide. It's close to midnight and the night skies come hunting down. Nothing can stop or endanger us. If you anger us, could be dangerous. So run if you hear the sound, the sound. Cause that's how we howl. That's how we howlin', growlin', wildin'. That's how we howlin', growlin', wildin'. Where are you now? Welcome to the world where the strongest won't survive. Too late to run away, you better kneel and pray. We're howling in the dark. the problem, we know how to solve 'em.
Workflow, hustle game, never big fights with the girl gang. All of my ladies are fire, rolling with creases, a female empire. Workflow, hustle game, never big fights with the girl gang. All of my ladies are fire, rolling with creases, a female empire.
Bow down, get back, head down, get served.
Bitch, you can't match these stats. Try to catch up and stay one step ahead. Bitch, you can't rack up these checks. Give it a shot, but you learn it finesse. Boom, ha. Confident chicks with a whole new swagger. Boom, ha. Level so high, gonna need that ladder.
We got something extra hot, yummy, yummy out the pot. Rolling deep and we in town. You ain't know you're learning now.
They say you so fly, oh my god. Cruise so tight, they know we unlock. Drip so cold, we styling like ice. Cruise so bold, we stupid on sight.
Don't you let these pretty faces fool you. Savage underneath. There's no limit, nothing that we can do.
Whatever the problem, we know how to solve them. Workflow, hustle game, never big fights with the girl gang. All of my ladies are fire, rolling with creases, a female empire. Workflow, hustle game, never big fights with the girl gang. All of my ladies are fire, rolling with creases, a female empire.
Heavy hitters, giggle winners, put 'em up for the realest. Ooh, the way we shine is always burning. Ooh, they gonna see us when we come in.
Workflow, hustle game, never big fights with the girl gang. All of my ladies are fire, rolling with creases, a female empire. Workflow, hustle game, never big fights with the girl gang. All of my ladies are fire, rolling with creases, a female empire.
Hard every day. Me and my girls ain't here to play. Baddest, baddest, yeah. Baddest, ooh.
All right, guys. What's good? What's good? What's good? Hello, everyone. Back with our 99th episode of the Lightning Round podcast. 99 episodes. That means, how you doing for you? That means by next week, and if not next week, that means either way, whether it's around Christmas time or whether it's close to the new year, we will finally hit a amazing milestone. 100 episodes of doing this podcast. 100 episodes of doing this for so long, and all it took was three people. Three people telling me, you know what? You should just go do the podcast yourself. And since then, I've done it by myself since, for like a good minute. It's been what, a good 5 years? Even before that, even I have to look back when the first episode started, and it's like it's a lot to look back upon. But I did promise, as y'all know, that when we do reach 100 episodes of this podcast, that I would take the time throughout that episode and just look back at, you know, as many clips that I have as possible. I think for that we would, spend our milestone, looking back at history, at how we got to this point. Whether it's from this podcast or whether it was from, like, my whole streaming history, I think it'd only be right that, we look back at history like that instead of just, having to just do it the usual way that we always do. There's always going to be more episodes where I'm going to be doing this, where I will just talk about whatever it is that's on their mind. But yeah, 100 episodes throughout this. It's quite the achievement. But I'm gonna save all of the comments, all the you know all the shit that I want to say about it until we get there. So with that, we have a couple of things that we do need to talk about, of course, today. And it's not a whole lot, surprisingly. Don't let the title fool you. There really is not much here to talk about. Hell, some of these I'm probably making on the fly. Because there wasn't much that happened. I mean, besides a couple of moments here and there really wasn't much of anything to talk about that happened. I understand there's a couple of deaths. There's like 3, 4 deaths that happened. But, you know, we've already, we either already talked about it before the podcast, or, we decided to keep it close to the vest, just, close to ourselves, and that's completely understandable. But, yeah, aside from that, there really isn't much to cover. So for this, we have a couple of things in our mind. Of course, as y'all know, yeah, that was definitely surprising. His death surprising. The death of Sheen's voice actor definitely is also surprising. A couple other deaths, I believe, also did happen. Captain Quark's voice actor died as well. I think I forgot a couple of their names. My apologies. But yeah, aside from the sad part of deaths happening, there wasn't really much that going on. I mean, as you can see here, we talk about, of course, NFL Week 15. We're gonna talk a little bit about Monster Hunter Wilds. We're gonna talk about Backlog gaming, and I'm gonna explain why this is a topic. Why am I talking about Backlog gaming? And of course, we're gonna be talking about, and this was happening. We're gonna be talking about John Cena now. I think John Cena is gonna be before we talk about the NFL. So close, so like second to last of the whole episode. So as y'all know, we gotta get a couple of this we gotta get a couple of this gaming stuff out of the way first. mm. Yeah, yeah, almost everyone has a gaming backlog, but this is why I'm gonna explain in a little bit why this is a topic. But First things first to talk about, and it's not so much as a whole thing to talk about, but it definitely is something worth mentioning because I do want to give a shout out and I do want to give some love to this particular person here on Twitter real quick. So shout out to Rohan Carr. If anybody has not seen what he does, um, dude is a godsend in terms of preservation, gaming preservation. And so far, he has done a phenomenal job of it. I think I did highlight him before, but I think with this deserves much more attention to take a look at. So, what he did this month was he had a 15 days of Need for Speed, and he posted 15 Need for Speed games that, if you have a pretty solid working PC, you could be able to play really just about all of these games, all of these old PC games right now. By the way, Fuyu, that alert you sent me, I already alerted the Discord about it the minute I saw it. So that exact same one that you just sent me, I alerted them around like an hour before. But thank you though for sending me that because look, I as many people as possible, they all need to see it. So yeah, but yeah, shout out to Rohan Carmoon, man, dude is amazing. So these are the Need for Speed games that are available right now that you can play. You can download from him and you can play it. Need for Speed The Run. We're gonna go in backwards order. Funny enough, this is the last game he posted, which is Need for Speed The Run. That came out in 2011. That game is now abandonware. Need for Speed Shift. Damn, they both came out the same year. That's crazy. Yeah, Need for Speed Run, Need for Speed Shift 2, and Shift 1. So if you do like your racing games, but your traditional racing games, but in a form of Need for Speed, you got that right there with Shift and Shift 2. Need for Speed Undercover, the one Need for Speed game I actually really did not like. I played it for a bit and I put it down like 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes in, so maybe I'll give it another shot. I don't know. Need for Speed Pro Street. One of the other few Need for Speed games. Like, I'm not even gonna say I didn't like it, more like I just didn't care about it. It just felt boring. But yeah, there's that. So of course, we're down to the legendary ones right here. Need for Speed Carbon, 2006 version of Need for Speed Carbon. 2006, PC version with all this other stuff. The vanilla version, the closer you can get to the vanilla experience with necessary fixes, make it compatible with the modern system. I decided to go with the Need for Speed Co. one. I don't know what this is, but I want to see what the hell that's all about. So I want to try out a much more different version of Need for Speed. Any of these old Need for Speed games that get a fresh coat of paint, I definitely want to try them out and see what they're about. Need for Speed Most Wanted, of course. As y'all know, man, like, literally this car, the BMW M3 GTR, is a flagship car, not just for Need for Speed in general, but a flagship car for, a lot of games that, pretty much for BMW in general, I swear. For a car that is practically not real, I guess. I mean, it is real, but then it's not real. And I say it's not real only because of what's inside the car. That makes it kind of unrealistic. But then it is real because you could easily replicate the paint and shit, like how it is. But basically, yeah, this is where it all started for that legendary car, which is 2005. I definitely want to run it back one day, on stream, having to play Need for Speed Most Wanted, Need for Speed Carbon, those two great games. Of course, we have Need for Speed Underground 2. Funny enough, the 1 and 2, I've never played 1 and 2. I never got the only time I did get the opportunity to play 1 and 2 was, at my cousin's house up the way where my aunt is a Jehovah's Witness. So I would go to her house here and there, and I would play these games, but it will only be for that one day. And then after that, I'll be sent back home, and sadly, I never saw the game again. So to have this option to actually get the chance to play this game, I actually hope I can understand what made these two games just as much special as Need for Speed Most Wanted. So hopefully at some point in time I'll get to open up that history book and get to see what that's all about. Now there is a couple other games he did, of course. He did Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed. He did Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 3. He did the Need for Speed. He did Need for Speed 2, and of course he did the Seattle version of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. I can tell you this right now. The PC version, the PS2 version, and the Xbox and GameCube versions of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 are not worth it. That shows you how much better the PS2 version of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 is. Because that game in particular was made by a different company. That game was made by EA Black Box, the same team that did Need for Speed. I don't know if they did Underground. I think they did Underground 1 and 2. But I know they did, Most Wanted, and they did all the other ones after that. So if it doesn't say Black Box, I'd say don't touch it. That's just me personally. But if you want to try it out, if you want to see what it's like, go right ahead. So thank you, Rohan Carr, for having to make all this possible for anyone that wants to understand the true fun history of Need for Speed. You get to go all the way back in time and, have yourself some fun and see what they're all about. Now, that's not the only news with gaming. This is definitely one of them, but I'll talk about that in a minute. We got some more racing news. So Forza Motorsport, as in the recent Forza Motorsport that people apparently did not like, that racers did not like. It will no longer receive new updates because in 2026, the Forza team focuses on Forza Horizon 6. So there's no more FM cars, tracks, features that will drop. Online servers is going to stay up. There'll be monthly event rotations and past feature tours made permanent. So, I guess if you still want to grab Forza Motorsport, you can, but keep in mind that the online services for it, you're going to have the server still up, but as far as receiving new updates go, you're not going to have it anymore. Sadly, it's starting to become pretty much standard with a good chunk of games, and this one's being no different. So if you like your racing games, and if you have this, enjoy it, but if you don't have it, you still want to look at it, enjoy it, just keep in mind, you will no longer have any more updates with this game. Now we can talk about this with the Game Awards. Could have gone out with a bang, not a dead dud. Now, for the Game Awards that happened, on Saturday? I think? Also on Saturday? Friday, Saturday? I think it was Friday when it happened. Last Friday. The Game Awards, with them having to do all those ads and trailers, cost over $1 million to buy a 3-minute trailer at the Game Awards. You did all that, which is the sad part. But here's where the fucked up part is with the Game Awards that isn't on here, that isn't covered, that I will gladly cover. The game shouldn't have been called the Game Awards. Not for that night. Not for that night. It shouldn't have been called the Game Awards. I'm going to tell you what it should have been. It should have been called the Expedition Awards because Expedition 33 sat up there and damn near almost ran the table by winning as many awards as possible that night. Now, that game absolutely deserved the love that it gets. I haven't even so much as played the game. I don't have the game. But I've seen it a couple of times. I think Bao played it for a little bit, if I'm correct, or you played it for a little bit. I don't know who has the game between you two, but I do remember seeing it from from either you or him, and that shit definitely did look pretty damn good. Look pretty damn fun. Bao beat it, okay, so he can speak more about it than any of us can. But as good as it was that it won those awards and rightfully deserved it, it presented another problem. Absolutely presented another problem. And I'm going to tell you what that problem is with Expedition, well, not only Expedition 33, but really just with the Game Awards in general. That issue is the lack of variety with the Game Awards. And this has been the case long before Expedition 33 became a thing, when it goes to the Game Awards. Not only a lack of variety, but you see certain games win shit that they really should not win at all. And we know why they win certain shit. Why certain categories should not be categories, and certain categories should be categories, but they're not. So let me go ahead and explain. Expedition 33 won what? 10 awards? 8 to 10 awards, at least it feels like it. I'm going to be honest with you. There needs to be a rule where if you are in contention for Game of the Year, you should not be taking part of any of these other awards. Because then, for me personally, it loses the focus of what makes the Game Awards for me. Okay? When you hand in damn near almost all the trophies to one game. And again, I can't stress this enough. This wasn't the only time that this happened. This wasn't just with Expedition 33. This happened a lot. This happened a lot with God of War. This happened with Call of Duty. This happened with Fortnite. This happened with, like, as many popular games that we could think of that the Game Awards have seen and been a part of for what is like, feels like what, 10 years now? 12 years now? My issue here is there's no variety when it goes to some of these categories where it's like, okay, you're just going to put in specific games here, popular games for no less, and then you're going to be like, oh, okay, just one game is going to win the majority of it. It's like, this shit ain't it for me. But this is also why I told people with this is when you're watching the Game Awards, anytime it comes on every year, don't ever get your hopes up for the Game Awards. They're always going to do some shit that's going to piss you off. In this case, being Expedition 33. As good of a game as it is, it pissed a lot of people off that it won that many awards. And I can understand why. Because it shouldn't have won that many awards. Because where's the spotlight being brought along with the other games that's just as much there? Case in point, and which is insane to me that I'm going to mention this. Dispatch did not win one award. Dispatch. The same Dispatch I got on here and frequently streamed and had the time of my life playing did not win one award. Case in point why I can't take the Game Awards seriously. You're not going to sit here and tell me that a choice game as good as that did not win anything. And it had 2 opportunities to win, and what it lost to was, of course, Expedition 33, and it lost to Wuthering Waves, which leads to my other point, okay? Games like Wuthering Waves, games like Fortnite, games like Honkai Star Rail, games like Genshin Impact. If you notice, these are free-to-play games. As far as I'm concerned, a gacha award needs to be handed out with the Game Awards. Because it doesn't make sense to me that we're seeing gacha games a part of specific categories when it's like, you shouldn't be. Okay? The big award for y'all should be, okay, who was the best gacha game of this year? Wouldn't that fall under best mobile? Yes and no. Because certain gacha games, certain free-to-play games are not mobile. As crazy as it is. I think certain ones aren't actually mobile. But even if that was the case, they need to have a specific set, like, just for the gacha games, bro. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, Wuthering Waves winning that. Player's Voice, that was the one it won. Where it was, okay, you have it to where you have a specific set of games here, and everybody gets to vote for what game that is. And this is where I say they need this kind of award, because if you're going to be telling people, vote for such and such to win this game, right? You're telling gamers, okay, you're telling gamers to vote for this. So what is said game developers going to do to make it so that they win that award? In the case of Wuthering Waves, and along with any other game, what they do is they would tell you, playing a gacha game, if we win this award, you get such and such if we win this award. I'm not kidding. They will practically... They practically give the players a deal. Like, yo, if we win this award, you'll get this. You get this amount of gems. You'll get this amount of in-game currency that you could use and just spend on whatever the hell you want. Meanwhile, a game like Dispatch can't hand out anything because, for one, it's not a free-to-play game. Two, it's a choice direction game. So they have nothing to give out. The only thing they have to stand on is their community showing them love. That's all they got. And that, for me, is personally the biggest slap in the face. That's truly a slap in the face. Because you're not going to sit up here and tell me that a game as good as Dispatch did this year, with the amount of attention, with the amount of love that even I still show it, when it goes to me posting artwork of the Dispatch characters, mainly in Visigow, you're not going to sit here and tell me that a game like that didn't touch you, that didn't, give you the right, touch the heartstrings, pulling the heartstrings, that really got to you that much that you felt like, you know what, nah, it don't deserve a damn thing. All you're going to get is a nomination. That's fucking insane to me. The best thing that comes out for me when it goes to Game Awards, anytime it gets turned on, is what are the upcoming games that are looking to drop either next year or 2 years from now. And there was a few of them that did. There was a few. There's absolutely a few that did. In fact, let me go ahead and see if I could find the game that I was talking about right after the awards turned off. And for me personally, it's the main game that I'm looking forward to whenever it becomes whenever it comes out, whenever it becomes a thing. Let me go and find it real fast. I forgot the name of the game, I'm gonna be honest with you. But I did post it in the chatting section, like, immediately. I did not waste time. I'm like, you know what, yeah. This game, I want this game. However it go, I want this game. In fact, I think I found it. Gang of Dragon. I want this game. For exactly the comment that this person said here. This looks like Yakuza, but due to intentional copyright law, is not. International copyright law, it's not. Still, we should play it like it's a Either way, I want this game. So let's take a look at the trailer for Gang of Dragons so that way you guys can see why I want this game. And I'm sure I'm not the only one here that want this game. Let me actually put that on there. Thank you very much. Let's take a good look. Thank you for that. No, not from you. There you go.
Jisung, yeah? Time to settle up.
Do I get no subtitles for this? I guess not.
Hey, Daiki, when'd you make it back?
Never mind.
Excuse me, sir. Shut your mouth.
I thought there would be some. I'm not gonna lie to you.
All right, talk soon.
On your feet, now. Son of a... Fuck it! Just kill him!
Good night. You know he dealt with him pretty fucking quick. I shit you not. When I saw the Kamurocho, when I saw the Kamurocho sign, I initially thought, oh shit, this is another Yakuza, and then that title popped up, and I'm like, nah, bro, I don't know. I mean, I know Yakuza can get serious, but this felt like something that's very, very different. And it absolutely is different, especially when you see how the main character fights. The real city name is Kabukicho? Kabukicho. Okay, I hope I got it right. But then when you see how the main character fights, and it sucks I have to do this, but it is what it is. The way how this dude fights, it is entirely different than like a typical like, you know, Yakuza game that we would see. It's just wow. So I'm gonna turn on the clip here where you can see how this dude just be knocking people the fuck out. It's not gonna be a long clip, but it's gonna be long enough. Let me skip ahead. Man picked up a fucking knife. Doubles for $1 is a steal.
알지? 여기 잠깐만. 아니, 차가 고장나서 택시 타고 왔다니까. 그 세차장 옆에 있는 당구장 말하는 거 아니야? 너 일로 와. 갖고 와, 이씨. 아니야, 여기 애들 싸움 나가지고. 야, 일로 와. 뭐하고 앉았어? 구경 왔어? 정리해, 빨리.
And that's not even a fight. That's just him breaking up a fucking fight. Like a day we ain't got time for this shit. Like, what? I'm sorry. Look, bro. Look. I love Yakuza. But even I don't think Kiryu's gonna break up a fight like that. Even I don't think he's just gonna break up like that. He's gonna do it entirely differently than that. Now, if he has, go ahead and show me if he has. Maybe I forgot. But yeah, he could if he tried. Right, but do you really think he'll break up a knife fight like that? No, I don't think he would. If anything, he'll probably punch the guy that's trying to rob the shopkeeper. So, let me see if I can find an actual situation where there's a fight going on. Oh, this is good enough. Yeah, they'll swing on him first. Yeah, there's grounds for self-defense. Right. Knock that dude clean out just by palm striking him right in the face.
이 새끼들이 대낮부터 연장을 들고 이씨.
나랑 얘기 좀 하기 좀.
애들 교육 좀.
I hate it because these are not even fights, bro. The bitch slap kills me. Right, I was saying these are not even fights. It's terrible examples.
뭐야 이 새끼들.
Please tell me this is the best example.
니는 뭐야 이씨.
Oh god. Oh yeah, here we go.
죽여버리기 전에 이씨.
This is the clip. Oh, the other clip? Give me.
너 일로 와봐. 일로 와봐 이 새끼.
That might have to work. That might work, that other clip. I'm shocked he can run this good. Yeah, that one was actually boxing people up.
아 좋아야 뭐 이 개새끼.
My knees. My knees.
뭐야? 너 그거로
Did you
찔렀냐?
stab him with that?
아씨 어딨어?
Where is it? Here, dog. Put that shit. He told him to put the knife in the bag.
여기다 둬.
Oh my god. Told him to put the knife in the bag. Here, drop that knife. Here it is with him fighting. Actually him fighting. My apologies, that clip was not a good clip for an example. Here it is, yeah. Motherfucker. Damn. Damn. Hard ass punch. Any power bomb, dude. Okay, that's all we had to see. Yo, this is why I said, okay, bro, we're gonna enjoy this. We are going to enjoy this. Because if there's one thing you know with me that I'm loving the most about the Yakuza games, is like, bro, when they put wrestling moves in here, it makes it like 10 times fun than it actually should. It's just the fact that you're actually just performing that shit and it be working. That's why it be so fucking funny to me. Oh my god. Oh my god. There was another clip, but I think I forgot the clip. Oh god. Oh no. Yeah, this would be it right here. But I'll as you know, I'll post it on the Discord. Oh, this is 30 seconds. Never mind, we can show this. It's not hurting anybody. He definitely would be punching with his whole body though.
일로 와 무진 다 지워줄게.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be fun. Be punching dudes with his whole body. Weave, right hook, right then and there. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. So Gang of Dragons definitely one game that I'm gonna be looking forward to having to play when the time comes. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. All right. Now there's that. But there's also one other game, and that got everybody's attention. Okay? Well, almost everybody's attention. Let me see if I can find what that game was. Even got my attention, because it looks like something that I would absolutely play as well. So, let me see what that was. I didn't know that was a thing. The Fate of the Old Republic. That caught me off guard. Here you go, Phantom Blade Zero. This looked interesting as hell. I'm like, okay, y'all cooking something here.
But why did you come back?
The Order's blades are coming. They failed once, but they won't fail again.
Look at this shit. No, that's wrong. But look at how fun this combat is. Oh my god. Whew.
Please, take it. Save our people. The girl's nothing but a shell now.
Oh my god.
Never be the same.
That's exactly what I was thinking too when I looked at it. It's like if those three definitely had a kid, and there you go, you get that. And you know I don't play many Elden Ring, Sekiro-esque games. I actually have Elden Ring and Sekiro, but you know I got my ass kicked by Sekiro. And I was getting my ass kicked by Elden Ring as well, even with co-op help with Jailbreak, but still, this definitely looks like something that's fun.
Blade is breath. We channel it into steel, turning any blade into a divine weapon.
I'm shocked, you don't have Elden Ring? What you have?
When Phantom and Blade unite, no enemy stands.
Now that moment right there was cool. But yeah, that's absolutely a game that has my attention, that has my interest. And those are really roughly the two games. Now the third one, and this is a controversial one, the third one is that game where they're thinking about, from the makers of Titanfall and shit. And I'm like, I'm interested, but then I'm not interested. I'm not interested because I've seen what happens when games says that they're a part of this and this, and it don't exactly all work out. So, yeah, we'll see how that'll go. I don't give a fuck about it all that much. Alright. So, with that, slightly off topic from gaming to music. So, if anyone wants to tune in to The Voice tonight, y'all heard me play their music a couple of times. I played their music earlier today. XG's finally making their first America appearance, like America television, like U.S. television appearance. They're going to be on The Voice tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I already let Kuma know because he's the one that introduced me to the group. So I don't mind having to let you guys in on it as well. So if you have NBC, you can tune into The Voice and see what they got going on. Yes, The Voice is still going on. I don't think The Voice is going to go away. The Voice is basically NBC's what is it? American Idol. So that shit ain't going away anytime soon. So yeah, XG having to finally perform on US television, I'm definitely down for it. So go check them out at 9 p.m. Next, Monster Hunter. For obvious reasons. Spectre of War, what's this about? Well, we know what this is about. Let's be honest here. I didn't see that. Jin Dahad? Jin, yeah. What's going on with Jin here? Alright, so Gog Mazios is out. And for obvious reasons, I have never fought him before. I've played Monster Hunter 4 before. Y'all know I have. I've beat the story. I haven't gotten anywhere close to actually fighting him originally in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I think that's when he first appeared. So with that being said, This is my first appearance. As of now, I'm ranked 87 out of 100. You have to be around 100 plus, 100 to 100 plus to get to him. So really 101, and then after that, you can go ahead and fight him. I don't know what to expect. I don't know how he fights. I probably did see him before, but it was so long ago that I don't remember. With that being said, I cannot wait. I will be grinding out as much as I can to try to get to the fight and to be able to finally get to experience him. I'm glad that we got a permanent event quest that allows us to farm heavy armor spears. Send that tell me about that, because I need some. Okay? I need some bad. I ran out of my heavy armor spears. I have no more. So whichever one that is, I will gladly take it. Not only will I gladly take that, again, I'm also trying to rank up. Right now I'm on 87. I'm trying my best to get there, trying to get to 100, and then the rest is history. You gotta fight Temperate, Laggy, and Rothlos almost at the same time. Oh, that's fine. The only thing that might not be fine is it's an event quest. It's probably gonna be hard, but you know, I'll take what I can get. More in the Monster Hunter news, such as this.
This monster isn't crystallized.
Even in Monster Hunter stories, you cannot escape Arkveld. So, it's only right that Arkveld shows up because we just saw Ray Dow like a couple months ago. So, it's going to get very interesting whether or not do we get to have Arkveld as a monstie or no. Going to be quite interesting. And Chatucabra. Don't nobody give a fuck about some Chatucabra. I ain't going to hold you. Don't nobody give a flying fuck about that frog, man. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, at this point, give me the other frog. Okay, where's he at? Answer me that. Okay, where's he at? All right, so more news, more gaming news. We got Dispatch. Not necessarily game, but more so for the artist. If you're an artist that likes Dispatch, it says to make something Dispatch themed by January 7th to win some prizes. Arts, cosplays, comics, music. If it's original, it is yours and it counts. That means do anything that you want to do as long as it relates to the game. You can do a cosplay of Robert. You can have some arts of Invisigal. You can have some arts of any of the other characters. And you can have yourself some fun, you know what I mean? So, just a small thing there. And again, I can't stress this enough for, you know, a game that everyone liked. How the fuck did it not win an award? It's amazing to me. Alright, so next, Disney. For the wrong reasons possible, we have to talk about Disney. Disney. So Disney made a deal, for anyone unaware. They made a deal with the Open AI thing, I guess with the Disney, Chat GPT thing. They made a deal with them, and now they're doing their own AI thing. This gonna pertains to their movies, probably. I don't know. With their movies, with their characters, anything that's Disney related, they're probably going to let the chat make it. So now I'm curious to ask, how do you guys feel about what Disney is doing? I'll help you with that one. Basically, I mean, I mean, and the sad part is, very soon it's not just gonna be Disney. That's the sad part. It's already a couple other companies as it is that's partnering up with AI like this, but the fact that it's Disney now, really? You got Disney doing a partnership with AI. You have the NFL having a partnership with AI when it went to that, if y'all remember a couple episodes back when we saw the Aaron Rodgers thing, right? With Aaron Rodgers AI, which was fucking terrible. We had the, I'm trying to think of it for what it was. It was some other AI thing that was going on that we talked about, and it wasn't exactly all that thrilling. But we're going from that to now we got Mozilla Firefox wanting to incorporate AI. So if y'all use Firefox, get off that shit. Mozilla has a new CEO, and he just announced that Firefox will evolve into a modern AI browser. For anyone that's not down with this, you have, I believe, two other browsers that can, help you with this situation. One, you got the one I'm using, which is Vivality, which is pretty good. Vivality is basically the better version of Opera GX. And I say this because Opera GX had a thing where they was going all crazy with the whole crypto thing, and I'm like, nah, I'm not with that shit, so let me get all the way the fuck out of here. So Vivality for me is the better version of that. I do not give a fuck. The other version, of course, is Brave. Brave's gotten a lot of attention as being one of the best browsers to use today. So give that a shot if you guys feel the need to. But for me personally, those are the two best ones, which is Vivality and Brave. Now, next, and hopefully last but not least, just a little bit to talk about. We got Linux stepping their game up in terms of making as many newcomers feel as easy as possible to transition from Windows to Linux by having so many interesting similar versions to Windows. Like, look at this shit. If you be confused, bro, I'm telling you, if you didn't know any better, you would have thought this was Windows 11 if you didn't know any better. Or you would have thought this was a Mac if you didn't know any better. So apparently this whole thing I'm looking at here is called Deepin Linux. Linux Deepin. And you got like all this easy shit here. You have this, you have Zorn OS that I showcased last week. Linux is low-key making as many strides as possible to make it so, look, if you don't like where you're at, you have alternatives. And I think that's the one thing that I like the most about with what Linux wants to tell you, well, try to give you, is like, look, you don't have to stay on where you're at if you don't have to. You're not forced to stay on there. You never were forced to stay on there. So, this looks pretty good so far. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is already out, but we'll see how it'll look as time goes on. But yeah, I really do like how clean this shit looks. It definitely does remind me of Windows 11 more, if anything, because of the shit that's in the middle. And of course, these two right here as well. Like it would be like little tabs and shit there. Like mine's is a little different than that. So like I will have to do a full screen, that way you guys can see. Mine's is slightly different than that, but it's just I have a lot of tabs and a lot of shit up here. But yeah, it's slow, very very slow. It's gonna take a lot of work, but so far Linux is doing a good job of Trying to tell y'all, look, y'all got y'all options. All right, so now we have another topic. This time with gaming. We're going a little bit back to gaming here. Omega, you gave me this. You said Splitgate Arena Reload launches tomorrow. I'm sure people will take a look at it. A 92-year-old grandma wins Tekken 8. How the fuck does that happen? Honest question. How the absolute fuck does that happen? Better yet, who does she win with? A Japanese Esports Association Care recently held its 12th biannual tournament featuring the hit game Tekken 8, which was live streamed on the official YouTube channel. What's so peculiar about this tournament is that all of its participants are senior citizens. Never mind, I'll shut up. The senior citizens are all the participants are senior citizens. This tournament saw 92-year-old Hazuko Sakai taking the trophy. You know what? I want to see how this go. Let me see how the old people will be out here throwing hands. I'll be mad as shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
アミーゴクラブ大垣別邸は田辺絹子有沙そしてアミーゴクラブ春日井村部義恵パンダという対決
Let me see how they be throwing hands out here.
開幕からフェアハグ
Wow. Okay.
気合い食べからこれ今出ましたこれジャンプキックですねこのキックですこのキック
Nah, this some cheese. What is this? No. Hold up. Wait. Grandma. Wait, Grandma. Come on now. Bear hug. Okay. That's crazy. And did it like 3 times. Okay, never mind. I ain't gonna hold you. Grandma and Grandpa will whip my ass. I ain't gonna hold you. This is crazy. The only issue I have is, you know, no blocking, but, you know, that's to be expected. Oh, never mind. Just saw some blocking. Okay, okay. Oh. Wow, used your head as an attack is insane. That fucking light ass kick. What? Okay. Okay. Never mind, bro. Alright, I've seen enough. Grandma will whoop my ass, bro. Both of them will whoop my ass because I can't play Tekken. I can't play Tekken. Now I want to say this. I'll say this. If you want to see someone that be whooping ass in Tekken, I hope he does it either later this week or probably next week. Take a look at Kuma whenever y'all can, man. That man be out here piecing people up in Tekken with a fucking Santa outfit, Jin Kazama, and I'ma kill you on that one. But definitely go show him some love for that. But yeah, they would piece me the fuck up. Okay, I ain't gonna hold you. I get dealt with by grandma and grandpa. Alright, so next we got Texas. What are we doing, Texas?
And Google are going to require your government ID to install a weather app thanks to this Texas law. Utah and Louisiana have similar laws, and there is a federal bill that's been proposed to make this nationwide in the US. No, this is not a joke. Yes, let's talk about it and discuss what to do. All links will be in the description, but this is going to be SB 2420, and this is the Texas App Store Accountability Act. This has already been passed.
Oh, fuck this. Don't go to Texas, y'all. Don't go to Texas. Because what the hell is this?
And it's going to be effective on January 1st, 2026. But this applies to all apps. This includes weather apps, sports apps, news apps, everything. It doesn't matter if it's a calculator app, anything. So this is very foreign and new, and so we are going to have to fill in some gaps.
That is so fucking invasive, bro. Why would I want to give you anything? Particularly my ID. When the way how I see it, the thing that's scary is when you go up to a DMV somewhere and you go and try to register for an ID, you would think initially that they would have all that stuff for you right there. Like they would have all of your information right there. And you would think that would be it. Okay, you have everything. Do you really just need the ID thing now? Didn't you teach us to not show ID to anyone? Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, why the fuck would I want to show you any of this? So you mean to tell me that's not enough, but you want all the apps I use to have my ID? That's fucking dangerous. That is extremely dangerous. Yeah, prime example, y'all. Don't go to Texas. And again, I'm sorry for people that live in Texas that gotta deal with this shit. Why the fuck would I want to live there if you're going to be running around doing crazy shit with my ID? Doing God knows what with my ID. Now, maybe I'm just fear-mongering. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm just being paranoid. But in general, why the fuck would I want to do this? Why would I say yes to that? I would love to know what's Texas thinking. In fact, who the fuck is running that shit over there? Because whoever's running it, you better revert it fast. Because this shit ain't it. Bad enough, this ain't the only crazy thing that they allow over there. But this ain't it. So, that's just me, I ain't too thrilled with giving any state, anybody, anyone my ID unless I know damn well that the least that you're gonna get out of me is, okay, this is my name, this is my birthday, am I an organ donor, blah blah blah, and that's it. I shouldn't need to give you nothing else or any more than that. It's bad enough I'm giving that kind of information as it is. I got this from a DM group, Protectors in Winter. How you doing? I thought I'd share it because he lives there as well. And again, I feel so fucking terrible for people that have to live over there. Protector, Fuyu, anyone that's in Texas, I am fucking sorry that you gotta put up with that shit. Because you shouldn't have to put up with that shit. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I ain't giving you nothing when it goes to my ID. For any and every app I use? No. 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 No, 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 no. Yeah, that's what makes it more scary, because it's only a matter of time till it's like, alright, look, this is only in Texas. Who's to say before you know it, New York ain't gonna adopt this? And then when it goes from New York, it'll go to California. And then when it's not just California, it'll be Vegas. And then there's Vegas, and then it'll be Philadelphia. You know what I mean? And then Canada. Because who's to say Canada won't look at what the U.S. is doing and be like, all right, let's go and adopt this. You know what I mean? That's why this happening is some scary shit. I would be on pins and needles right now. Already on it if you're in Texas, but I'd be looking over my shoulder if you're anyone not in Texas, because it's only a matter of time till it's like, okay, you're in a popular spot, you're in a popular state, you're in a popular city. It's only a matter of time till they be like, I see this. Let me just go ahead and adopt that rule, cause reasons. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm shitting bricks. Best believe. I'm shitting fucking bricks. Oh my goodness. By the way, this is from Britain. How the fuck do people in Britain live there? How do y'all live there? I would love to know how y'all live there, having to deal with this. Because I sure as fuck wouldn't be able to. But then again, like I said, that's just me. That's just me. Because I know I can't live there. You might never get the answer to that question. Shit, I probably won't ever get it at all. But what I know is that shit ain't it. At all. I don't think there's, well, besides what I got going on in the search history, I don't think there's really much else I could really cover to talk about. But yeah, that shit. Whew. Aha! You're gonna take a trip to England, and then only to find out England already got these rules in place. Oh my lord. Oh my god. I'm so sorry for you, Protector. Oof. Oof. Don't you dare use any apps over there. They'll be like, tally ho, good brother. We need your ID. You forgot to mention that Silk Song's getting DLC. Let's type that down. Let's take a look. It deserves some DLC. Silk Song deserves some love. Alright, Silk Song expansion, Hollow Knight refreshed, and more. Okay. Was this at the Game Awards? If so, I didn't see it. If I did see it, I probably missed it. Ooh, okay. Exhibition 33, I guess it would be. Considering it won all those fucking awards at the Game Awards. Okay. Hornet getting some more missions to do. Free DLC. Shit, alright. Have fun, Silk Song players. Okay, shit. Did I also mention that's also free? Of course that's also free. Oh my god. Let's take a look. 1 minute, I got a phone call.
Month of November for the operations department.
Hey, thank you so much.
No problem. So congratulations on that, Chris. Congratulations. So after that, I just wanted to say the reason why I was giving you this call is not only to congratulate you, but to give you information about the ceremony that will be taking place, as well as your gift choice.
Okay.
Alright. So I'm going to basically start off. I'm going to give you some information about the ceremony that's going to be taking place. And then shortly after that, I'll basically get your gift choice for being Employee of the Month.
Alright, cool.
Alright. So with you being the 2025 month of November Employee of the Month, usually we have the ceremony the following month, which is the month we're currently in, which is December. But due to all the conflicts of scheduling with all the events in the month of December, we are going to be pushing the ceremony to January 6th, the Flyers game on January 6th. At 4:45, all the Employee of the Month winners, we will have you guys meet us at the employee entrance at Northeast at 4:45. We'll get everybody signed in. That will take about 10 to 15 minutes. And then shortly after that, we will escort everybody down to the ice for the photo on the ice. That will take another 5 to 10 minutes with all the Employee of the Month winners. And then after that, we will escort everybody to the Shift 4 Club, where we will have a very, very brief ceremony where we would basically just show you guys some love, honor you guys, and then we will distribute your gifts that you had selected at the ceremony.
Oh,
Okay?
perfect. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Yeah, no problem. You don't have to worry about memorizing anything that I'm telling you. I will be sending out email blasts after I get in contact with all the Employee of the Month winners. I'll probably send out 2 of them just because of the holidays. It might get lost in the shuffle. But before, actually, let me. I don't have an email on file for you, Chris. Do you mind giving me an email for you?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm ready whenever you're ready.
Okay, C Davis.
C Davis.
1424.
1424.
Yep. At yahoo.com.
At yahoo.com. All right, perfect. Yep. So that's where you'll get that email blast after I get in contact with everybody with a breakdown of all the information we discussed over the phone. All right.
Okay.
So now that I got all the, the information stuff out the way, it's time to get to the best part, which is the gift choice. All right.
Mhm.
All right, so starting off, I'm going to read you a list. Let me know what you want as your gift for being Employee of the Month, and then we will take care of it from there, and it'll be there for you the day of the ceremony, okay?
All right.
All right, so starting off, you have a choice of a Flyers or Sixers swag bag.
Okay.
An Amazon Echo Dot.
Okay.
A Ring doorbell.
All right.
A security camera. An Amazon Fire tablet, a Fitbit/smartwatch, a Bluetooth speaker, a massage gun, an air purifier, or a NutriBullet blender.
That is a lot of stuff.
Yeah. That always catches people off guard.
Okay. Well, I already have a couple of them, but if I had to take a guess,
I can reread it too if you need me to.
Nah, that's fine. Cause I think like a couple of them, like I have a good idea for what I would want for. I think I'm gonna go with the massage gun.
Massage gun? That's not
Yeah.
hot hit this time, man.
Yeah, I guess so. How many people picked that?
So far, I haven't gotten contact with everybody but 3. And they've been like my last 3 calls. So we've been on a hot streak lately with the massage gun.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so alright, perfect. I got you locked in for the massage gun. I got your email. Alright, so I think we are all good. So Chris, congratulations again on being the 2025 month of November Employee of the Month for the operations department, man. And I'll be talking to you soon, alright?
Alright, thank you.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Alright. Apparently, I was not muted. Oh, fucking well, because guess what? I don't give a fuck. I want Employee of the Month, okay? I don't give a damn. That was Employee of the Month for Xfinity Mobile Arena. I don't give a damn. If the worst that came out of it was my email, it's not like I can't just change it in a matter of a few seconds. So that can easily be done. So you'll hear it from this stream, and you'll hear it when you watch the Lightning Round episode 99 on YouTube. But by the time that even comes your way, the email is already going to be changed. So don't try, please don't. Yeah. Otherwise, I want to see this DLC thing. What happened here with this?
Sandfall Interactive has shadow dropped a brand new content-filled free update for Clair Obscur Expedition 33 with patch 1.5.0. Let's go over everything they added in this new DLC. First, let's go over all the new content added to the base game. Undoubtedly, the biggest addition in this update is a brand new explorable area, Verso's Drafts.
Okay.
As long as you can go underwater with Esquier and you're in Act 3, Verso's Drafts can be entered just to the east of Lumiere.
All right.
It's filled with new gestrels to talk to, new weapons, Luminas, enemies, and even more surprises. There are now new costumes for every party member that can be found around Verso's drafts, including hairstyles from particular merchants, and Eskia outfits for riding Verso's ride.
Alright.
There are also new boss battles in the Endless Tower, and the team at Sandfall has added more text and UI localization options, bringing the total up to 19. And they've promised more in the future. They've also corrected a bugaboo with collecting all the journals, as you could previously be locked out of all of them in a single playthrough if you didn't grab the old key item during the prologue. This item has been added back to the final area of the game. To find it, head up the first set of stairs from the docks, and immediately turn to your left. There you'll find a small cluster of wooden boxes. You'll see a collectible pickup right here. This is the old key, which you can then backtrack with to Old Lumiere to retrieve the journal in question.
Okay. So, for anyone that didn't see this, I'll just post it to the, I'll post it on the news section, because I think that's exactly where this needs to go, because I'm not going to be able to look at everything from here. And on top of that, as I said, I never played Expedition 33, so I have no idea. So, with that being said, I guess I can easily assume that's everything that's everything that we could talk about. We said I should, holy shit. Oh, wow, that came out of nowhere. Oh, you should one day. Well, I'll see. I mean, I'll really have to see Winter. In fact, let me go ahead and take a look and see. Is there a let me go to GG Deals. How much is it now? $35 from Green Man Gaming. $27 from Game Boost. 28 from Uplay. 28 from... Oh, okay. I'll see if I can try to get it. No guarantees, though, because if there's one thing I promised Omega here that I would get him Battlefield 6. Now, apparently, I missed my chance to get him Battlefield 6 back in back on Black Friday. So when I do grab that for him, then I will take a look at Expedition 33. But right now, my main target is to make sure to I'll try to grab this game like that's next for me. But right now, my main target is making sure this dude gets off of Delta Force and gets his ass on Battlefield, because as more people play the game, as much as possible. And you told me you would get me Metal Gear Rising. Did I get you Metal Gear Rising? Because if I didn't... Let me just hop on here real quick. Because if I didn't... Let me just go on here. Okay, let me get that right there. Let me move this over here, because they want that to worry about. Let me just sure, we'll use my Twitch. Why not? Let me go to authorize. Thank you. Alexa, stop. Thank you very much. Yeah, let me go ahead and hop on that one. Let me go there. Let me move that right back where it is. And let me put that in there. Put in that code. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can buy now and pay later off that? No reason to, but that's good to know. Okay, there's that. Pay for it. Pay. Continue. And it should be done. Fuck. Of course that happens. Okay. That one didn't work. Can I go back? Okay, never mind. I can go back. I'll get another way. Well, if that way wouldn't work, I'll try the other way. If one way didn't work, there's always another. Let me try it from here. Okay. Can you let me pay for it or no? If they won't let me pay for it from there, then I'll pay another way. Okay, it's fine. Alright, that's cool. I'm gonna pay for another way then. For some reason, this website won't let me pay for it, but that's okay. I'll live. I'll use another one. Is it gonna be okay? Nope, I'm getting you this game right now. I don't care. I will not continue this podcast until you get this game. And it will be done. No, thank you. Well, you're gonna enjoy this one. I could tell you that right now. Oh, you're going to very much enjoy this one. Let me see, where is it? There should be a, before I go ahead and pay for it. Yep, got a discount. There you go. And I should be good. I hope. Complete. And it is done. All right. Payment's done. I've done what I had to do. Well, as soon as they send out the key, then I'll be fully done. But still, yeah, the payment's been done. All right. So in that case, as I was saying, we do have more to talk about. Let's head to the NFL stuff, okay? Okay. I love y'all. All right. So we need to catch up off of what happened with NFL Week 15. So with that being said, let's just take a look and see what the hell happened on NFL Week 15 then, shall we? Let me see here. Go to proceed and... Did they not give me the key yet? They should have gave us the key. Wait. Hold up. Give me a minute. Did that actually process and work when it wasn't supposed to? Give me Give me a moment. If that worked, I can probably refund that one. One of them worked when it wasn't supposed to. Okay, that's right. That's right. Game seal, game boost. One of them worked when it wasn't supposed to. So yeah, I'll see if I can get my money back on one of them. Unless someone wants themselves a free copy. But we'll see. Alright. So with that being said, let's talk about it. Falcons beating the Bucks 29-28. This one's big. Because if you remember what I said the following week when it went to the Bucks, I said that look, Bucks and Panthers, however it goes, it's going to be a very, very must-see divisional game with both of these teams, especially at the end of the season in January 4th. We're gonna really see who got that dog in them when it goes to these two teams. These are, this is for the division. This is for a playoff spot. This is win or go home. These next few games, they're practically playoff games at this point for both the Bucks and the Panthers. Like really, really playoff games. So we're gonna find out and see, like I said, like who got that dog in them, who's really that kind of team. You know what I mean? So for the Falcons to beat them and for the Saints to beat them, it makes things very, 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 very interesting to see who's gonna win between these two. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it'll go. Can't wait to see how it'll go. So yeah, Buccaneers, they're kind of teetering and they need to get it together. Okay, so Ravens beat the Bengals 24-0. The Bengals are officially out of the playoffs. We got nothing to worry about them. Eagles beat the Raiders 31-0. By the way, everyone, that's clap cheeks of the week. Raiders lost by 31. It's a matter of who lost by the most points, and the Raiders lost by the most points. The Texans are the most dangerous team in the NFL right now. I gotta be honest with you. They're 9-5, and I don't think anybody wants to face them right now. CJ Stroud's going nuclear. 22 of 29, 260 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jacoby Brissett, 27 of 40, 249 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. There's not much I can talk about here besides the Texans are looking a little scary. Chargers make history. The Chargers are also another team that beat the 2 Super Bowl contending teams, talking about the Eagles and the Chiefs. The Cowboys being another. But they make history another kind of way. We have dealt with seeing Patrick Mahomes being in the playoffs for what is about, 10 years now? Going on 10 years? And finally, in the year 2025, we will no longer have the Chiefs in the playoffs. The Chiefs are eliminated from playoff contention. Now, how did this come to be? There was only a couple ways this could have happened, and I'll explain how this could have happened. The Chiefs losing, which they did. The Bills won versus the Patriots, and the Jaguars winning versus the Jets. That was the only way that the Chiefs could have gotten eliminated from the playoffs. It had to take 3 teams to knock them out the playoffs entirely. So, right now, we can officially say that we are in true parity in the NFL. The only way we're not in true parity right now is the Eagles, because they're the only team that's looking like they're primed to make it. If they fuck up the next 3 games, we're going to have the most best parity in the NFL that we'll ever see, because that means none of the Super Bowl teams made it to the playoffs after they had made it the following season. So that would mean regardless of how this goes, we would have brand new winners. Brand new winners of the AFC, brand new winners of the NFC, and a brand new Super Bowl champion. To be fair, that's looking bound to happen anyway, because the Eagles are not looking like a team that's ready to defend their Super Bowl title. But we'll see what'll happen. So, Bills beat the Patriots 35-31, as we talked about, and Jags beating the Jets 48-20. Bills-Patriots was the best game out of the week. It was very fun to look at. I was thinking, oh shit, the Patriots might pull it out, but hey, Josh Allen and James Cook put in work. Commanders beating the Giants 29-21, a game nobody gives a fuck about, and they really don't give a fuck about, because Jayden Daniels, as of this season, the rest of the season, he will be sitting. He will not be playing the rest of the season. Bears beat the Browns 31-3. Browns avoid getting their cheeks clapped literally just by a field goal, because otherwise they would have tied with the Raiders and then be like, all right, both of y'all can have it. Saints beat the Panthers 20-17. I told y'all last week. I said, look, you can sleep on the Saints if you want to. Look, they've already beaten the Bucks and the Panthers at the of course on the road, but to beat the Panthers again, they swept the Panthers this season, which is fucking nuts. A team that is not going to the playoffs plays spoilers, and they said, fuck it, we'll just beat you again just because we want to be an asshole about it. Rams beat the Lions 41-34. That had critical playoff implications, so for the Rams to win that game, they stay at the number 1 seed for right now. They don't lock it up yet, but they stay at the number 1 seed at the moment. Seahawks beating the Colts 18-16, barely beating the Colts. That's very alarming. You barely beat a team that was without 2 quarterbacks. That was potentially, that was basically starting for them throughout the year, and you just barely get the job done. So, yeah, I'd be fucking concerned. I'd be very concerned if I'm, yeah, I would be extremely concerned if I was the Seahawks. But we'll see what'll happen. I mean, it is what it is. So, the Packers beating the Broncos 34-26. The Broncos are officially the number 1 seed of the AFC. Looks like the AFC West does stay as number 1 seed, but through a very different team. 49ers beat the Titans 37-24. Vikings beat the Cowboys 34-26, and this lines up a situation where the Cowboys officially do not control their destiny on Saturday. If the Eagles, my bad. If the Eagles win on Saturday, they officially break a long time streak. The Eagles would officially be the first team since, of course, themselves back in 2004, 2003 to repeat as division winners of the NFC East. Ever since then, dating back from 2005, there has been different NFC East winners each year. Funny enough, if the Eagles didn't fuck up like they did in 2023, they would have long broken the streak. Because they won in 22. They won the NFC East back in 22, but they fucked it up in 23. Now they're at it again in 24, and they're looking to repeat it this time. They're looking to repeat in, this year in 25. Despite how bad they've been. That's a testament to the talent. Gotta tell you. Steelers beating the Dolphins 28-15 to the shock of no one. Now we have the Saturday games. You can see how fast this is going because there's not much to talk about here. Rams versus the Seahawks. Again, this is critical playoff. Gives a critical playoff games right here because guess what? This is game of the week, ladies and gentlemen, and we're gonna see it on Thursday. Game of the week. Place your bets. Who's gonna win? Is it gonna be the Rams again? Are they gonna sweep the season series versus the Seahawks, or will the Seahawks get their lick back at the home of the 12s? Personally, for me, I think the Seahawks get their lick back and they become the team that is number one in the NFC with really 2 games left to spare, which is fucking nuts. We'll see what'll happen come Thursday. Eagles versus Commanders. I already told you the playoff implication. If the Eagles win, the Cowboys are knocked out of the playoffs. But if the Eagles lose, the Cowboys still have life. But if they can't beat the Chargers, that's it. That's literally it. Because even if the Eagles tie them, even if the Eagles and Cowboys tie, the Eagles would win based on strength of schedule. The Eagles have had the hardest schedule throughout the season. The Cowboys do not. Packers versus the Bears. Let's take a look at this. I would say this would mean something, and it still does mean something because I can tell you this right now. Packers winning this game means they take sole possession of the NFC North, and that would be very, very interesting. I believe they will take sole possession. So Vikings and Giants, nobody gives a fuck because both teams are eliminated. Bengals and Dolphins, nobody gives a fuck. Panthers and Buccaneers is part 1 of 2. So we get part 1 of Buccaneers and Panthers. We're going to find out to see how that's going to go. Who takes the first set, and then we're going to find out if they'll tie or if they'll take the second set again. Cowboys have chances if they win back-to-back. Yeah, if they win back-to-back. If they win back-to-back. But if they lose versus the Chargers, let me take a look at their schedule right here. Let me take a look at their schedule. Give me a moment. Here it is right here, just their schedule. If they lose versus the Chargers, they have to hope and pray that the Eagles blow it versus the Commanders. And even then, if the Eagles even so much as tie, like if they even beat the Commanders just once, they're not winning the division. They tied the season series versus the Commanders. Now, let me take a look here. The Cowboys did beat the Commanders the first time around. They did do that. If they sweep the season series versus the Commanders, I think they would actually take it. But if they can't beat the Chargers and the Eagles beat the Commanders, that's it. They're cooked. Hell, we won't even have to worry about it. All the Eagles have to do is just beat the Commanders on Saturday, and that's it. They're done. But we'll find out and see what'll happen. Personally, I think they would be screwed if Eagles get their way, and it's very likely that they could be because they're facing Marcus Mariota. They're not facing Jayden Daniels throughout the rest of the season. Funny enough, there are 2 games the Eagles got to beat the Commanders. It's not even against their starting quarterback. That's big. But we'll see what'll happen. Jets and Saints, nobody gives a fuck. But you want to know what the funny part is? 3 of these games that I said that 3 of these games with 3 teams not being in the playoffs, so far we've seen it so far this season. It's like, look, the 3 games that nobody gives a fuck about ends up being the 3 games that become the most fun to look at because all these teams got nothing to play for, so they're like, fuck it, we just gonna play ball just to play ball. So we'll see. Bills and Browns. Browns are gonna easily get their ass kicked, but we'll see what will happen. Chiefs and Titans now turns into a I don't give a fuck game because both teams are not in the playoffs. Who would have thought? Jaguars and Broncos. This could be fun. This could absolutely be fun. For seeding reasons, this is fun. The Jaguars playing red hot. The Broncos playing not to lose, and they're doing a very good job of it at 12-2. The Broncos, even though they got the number 1 seed, they still want to go ahead and hold on hope as much as possible. So we will see. Falcons and Cardinals. Nobody cares about. Raiders and Texans. The Texans, as I said, they're the most red hot team in the league. We'll see if they keep that up versus the Raiders. Steelers and Lions, playoff game in potential, playoff implications with both of these teams. Steelers trying to stay alive in the playoffs, same for the Lions, so they both got something to fight for. Patriots and Ravens. Ravens, this is critical for them because I actually think if they don't win this game, they better pray to God the Steelers blow it. Because if they don't win this game, they're in deep shit for not winning the North. And 49ers and Colts, the 49ers are going to smack the Colts. So, we'll see. Alright, next. I didn't talk about this. My apologies because this is part of the topic. Gaming backlog is a part of the topic. Why is this a topic to talk about? Why is gaming backlog a thing? Well, it's easy to talk about a gaming backlog as part of a thing when the AI situation has gone so fucking rampant when it goes to PC stuff that now it's starting to make it so bad with trying to get either PC parts or trying to get games nowadays. At least for me it is, with how much they do with their space, hog up all your space. I think, and maybe this is just me because I see this coming. Maybe y'all, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but this is how I look at it. Yes, everybody has one, and this is where I think it's about that time where we start looking at our gaming backlog. I think from 2026 to around 2030, 2031, this era of gaming we're at right now. And the Game Awards for me highlighted this. The rampant rise of how AI's fucking up RAM right now is leading to this. Where it feels like, you know what? Nowadays, it never hurts to go back to your backlog. Now, maybe you feel the same way I'm feeling. Maybe you don't. But right now, that's what I think is the best thing to do. Maybe y'all feel that way, maybe I don't. But look, I have so many games here on this backlog. I don't mind having to show y'all for a bit. It's like, look, I think right now I just don't see any big interest with a majority of the games that are supposed to be coming out either next year or in a couple years from now. If there's one thing that I've been feeling like doing as of late, it's been focusing on that backlog. So look at this. I have all of this stuff to want to do. I mean, I still haven't played Crash Bandicoot yet. I haven't done that yet. I haven't gone through the full story of Bleach Rebirth of Souls. I only went through it, played it for a little bit. I would love to go through the story. I haven't beaten Arkham Knight. The only one I played was Arkham City. Y'all know I played Arkham Origins for a little bit. But, Arkham Knight, I haven't gone through. I've never played Arkham Asylum. I had bought Baldur's Gate, and I only played it a couple of times and did not go through with it. And I'm mad that I didn't. I wish I did, but I'm mad I didn't. Y'all already know what Darksiders look at this. All this stuff I have. All of these games I have. And now it's like, it's starting to dawn on me that with the direction we've been heading as of late with gaming, it's just making me want to be like, you know what? Let's actually, take a look back in history. Let's go back in history for a bit, okay? That's what it's making me want to do. All you need to know is Arkham Asylum is Joker kicks the guard in the nuts and hits the gritty and fucking dies. Bruh, I'm fucking gone. Yes, I have Darksiders 2 and 3. Yes, I have. Darksiders 2 I actually beaten on my Xbox 360 at one point, so I just rebought the game. Darksiders 3 I got it for free on PlayStation, but then I decided to say fuck it, let me just buy it on PC anyway. Fair warning, 3 is the hardest one, which is very, very crazy to say, considering I know how Darksiders 2 is, and I never played 1. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff here, even Mortal Kombat X. Cause I said fuck it, let me go and buy that shit and have some fun. I want to see you be Batman and make people say talk. Oh my god, I haven't even played this, and I know this is fun. I've heard about how fun this was. I heard about how crazy this was. The murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. I would love to see what that's all about. Y'all know I can't do Ninja Gaiden, but I would love to someday I hope I can give it a shot, truly give it a shot and sit down and be like, you know what, let me try again and see how it'll go. Let's see. You can see there's just so much stuff. Ori and the Blind Forest I didn't beat on stream, and I would love to run it back. Thank you, Kari, for that, for putting me on. Because I think she was one of the ones that was really playing it a lot. And be like, you know what, fuck it, let me go and buy this shit. I never got to play this. Never got to play this either. I need to reinstall Party Animals. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I need to reinstall that shit. You can see there's just so much stuff here. Funny enough, I never played Portal. Never played Portal 2. Never played Psychonauts. Obviously, me and Winter has a plan for Resident Evil 5 someday. I hope we get to do that at some point. I don't care for Resident Evil, but look, I know y'all want to see us have fun with this at some point if we can get the controls right. The Rise of Tomb Raider, I would love to run through the Rise of Tomb Raider. I think I played the first one on the 360 at one point, but I never got to go through the rest of it. So that would definitely be fun. I did buy Saints Row 2 for the PC. I know y'all want me to continue playing Saints Row 2 on 360, and I will plan to. Gangster Aunt May would definitely come back. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten. There's just so much here. You know what I mean? Frontiers I haven't gone through. All this stuff, all these games, all this fun stuff that I have is look, now I think is the time to where this is the era now where I think backlogs for games is going to start getting prioritized. And that's only because I think right now with gaming, it's just creatively bankrupt with where we're at right now with gaming. There's a couple games here and there that's, like I said, like we saw from the Game Awards, or this shit is interesting, this shit we want to grab, this shit you want to actually play. But then after that, what's next? What's next that you want to play? What's next that you want to... I didn't even know I had this. What's next that you want to do? You know what I mean? So, how do y'all feel with this? I mean, do y'all think from the future right now we need to start prioritizing the backlog? Because personally, I think so right now. I think this is where we're getting at. It's a shame Knockout City isn't a thing anymore. I would love to actually replay that. Having to play a dodgeball game was so fucking fun, man. Y'all could check the clips. It was so fucking great. I would love to be able to do Hitman as well. If I'm able to buy the rest of Hitman. I don't think I did get the rest of Hitman. Let me take a look and see. I've never played Hitman before, but I would love to be able to see it. I'd love to be able to play it. Yeah, Hitman, Word of Assassination. Oh, Deluxe Edition. I would definitely love to get all that. Part 1. This is for the... Okay, that's the full thing. Yeah, I would love to be able to get everything with Hitman. I wish someone would buy Knockout City from EA and restore it. Hey, I feel the same way. I feel the same fucking way, man. I feel the same way. But, Yeah, I think right now this is what I'm leaning towards. Even God Eater, I never played God Eater 1 and God Eater 2. Y'all know I played God Eater 3 with Stormy. Yeah, just to show y'all, man, look, I have so much stuff here. So much shit here. This is just on PC alone. This is not even me getting into, say, this is not even saying, like, me getting into all the console stuff that I have. You know what I mean? All the console stuff that I have. And that would be some fun shit to look into. Save your backlog, because right now is the bankrupt of creativeness. You know what? That's the best way to put it. And to be honest, you say that, but hey, look, I literally have so much stuff. I have way too much stuff. I have too much shit to where it's like, you know what? I've got enough games to have. I got enough. I really think next year, starting next year, I'm going to save a lot of money. I'm going to save a lot of money next year. Because there isn't going to be much else for me to want to play. There isn't going to be much else for me to want to really grab besides a few games. It felt like that in 2025, for all I know. It felt like that this year. And now it feels more of the same the next year. Like, I feel like right now, the only thing I would want to even spend is to try to get the All Art Labyrinth cards. And after that, that's it. I don't really want much else. The only games I will probably want next year, you'll probably get Party Animals. I'm shocked you don't have Party Animals right now. How in the absolute fuck do you not have... You know what? Let me look this shit up. How do you not have Party Animals right now? PS5, right? For Party Animals? If PS5 is your console of choice? Off that alone, I understand. But, hey, look, even for $20, that shit is fun. Okay? Even for $20, that, look, I will help this man get Party Animals just so everyone can have fun with it. Because it's a game that deserves to be enjoyed. Man, oh man. Okay. Well, with that, in that case, we have one more topic to talk about. We're down to our last topic. And it ain't a surprise. We gotta talk about it. John Cena, age 48, born April 23rd, 1977, has been wrestling for what? 20 years, 23 years? No, my bad. He's been wrestling for 23 years. Been wrestling like since 2002. Probably even longer than that. Not counting the public times where we see him. John Cena from Saturday is now officially retired. He had his last match on Saturday versus the Ring General Gunther. And I gotta tell you, that was the worst retirement match I have ever seen. Hands the fuck down. The worst retirement match I have ever witnessed. I love John Cena, but what the fuck was that? Gotta be said. It gotta be said. Like, so the majority of the match, I shit you not, because Fuyu saw it. I think Omega, I believe, yes, you was there. You seen it too. Either you saw it. No, Eagles was there. The three of us saw how this shit went. And we were just looking at this shit, not only in pure shock, but we were looking at this shit in pure disgust. Because John Cena really sat up there and took 10 clotheslines. 10 clotheslines, 2 power bombs, and damn near did not have any offense throughout the majority of the match. One of the worst I've ever seen. It was like a slower version of how Brock Lesnar would destroy this man in the ring. And I'm quite disappointed. Gotta be fair. I have to be fair. I gotta call it for what it is. I'm extremely disappointed. But what makes it more so disappointing throughout this is the ending. Okay? And I need y'all to pay attention to why I'm about to say the ending is the most disappointing, okay? Literally since 2008, 2009 even, John Cena built up the rep to be known as a wrestler that never gives up. He tells this to his fans. He tells this to everybody around the world that no matter how tough it is, no matter what bullshit you go through in life, no matter what bad hand you have been dealt, you never give up. I need to show what happened in that match, just so y'all could understand not only my anger, but if you were in that call, you're gonna understand Fuyu's anger as well. Let me see if I can find it. Is this it? This is from their own page, so thank you. This is what happened at the end of the match. If they will show it.
19,000 pleading with John to not give up.
Any other man would have broken by now. It might be John Cena's turn to finally snap.
Cena's arm is down once in a... The future looks bleak for John Cena. The arm's down again. This one's over, ladies and gentlemen. John's in it. And now just pummeling with blows to the jaw and again into the sleeper hold.
Just those primitive instincts of Gunther kicking in as bloodthirsty as you like. Gunther is feasting on the carcass of John Cena's career.
I'm gonna stop right there. Since 2008. 2008. Probably even before that. That man has told everyone, told kids, told men and women, disabled, not disabled, suicidal, not suicidal, no matter what. He told everyone for that long to never give up. Until the end of your goddamn match where you choose to now all of a sudden give up? Are you fucking kidding me? That's why I can't blame people for getting upset about it, because I'm just as much upset about it. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, literally, so that was a fucking lie. You gave up. Like, I get it under the situation he's in. Put yourself in John Cena's situation right now. You're getting choked. You're getting the life choked out of you, right? I get that. But you want to know what? You want to know what would have been better? Let's go back so I can show you what would have been better. When this happened, when the ref started to drop his arm down, if it would have hit 3, that he choked him out, that he passed out, wouldn't have even been mad. Wouldn't have been mad at all. Because you want to know what this told me? This told me that he did such a damn good job to make sure that you couldn't move, that you couldn't get out of it, that it's like, you know what? Alright, fuck it. I'ma just, my heart told me this. Look, I don't want to give up. But I have nowhere to go. So what other option do I have? I don't want to tap out. I don't want to quit. So I'll fight until I have nothing left in my body to fight. And I think that for me is the biggest issue that I could have with this is the option was literally right here just seconds ago. You could have just passed out. John Cena tapping out when he did, for me personally, destroys the entire character that he has built up for years. That he's told people for years to never give up. You're supposed to be a guy that never gives up no matter what the fuck happens, no matter what predicament you're in, no matter what situation you're in. Now, I get it if you want to hit me and tell me, oh, well, wrestling's fake and scripted. Yeah, well, so is your favorite TV shows, but I don't see you out here complaining about that now do you? I don't see you going that crazy about it, you know what I mean? I sure as hell see you going that crazy about it anytime you take your ass on social media, do it, so guess what? This is no different. But, That's where I have the biggest issue with this, is like, you were known for this throughout practically all of your life. When it went to you almost being fired, you didn't give up. He reinvented himself and became a crazy rapper, where his album got platinum in 2005, 2006. Like, his whole persona is never give up, even through specific changes. Like, when it went to becoming a rapper, he didn't give up. When it went to him becoming the super senior that we know he is, he never gave up. When it went to an injury, he never gave up. When it went to that robbery with Randy Orton in 2009 where he's getting tortured, he never gave up. The whole point is, your whole character, your whole career is built on never giving up. Only 3 times that man tapped out. 2 to 3 times he tapped out. He tapped out to Chris Jericho, and he tapped out to Kurt Angle. And this was when he was finding himself out of both of those tap outs that happened. He was finding himself in 2002. He was finding himself in 2003 or so. He was finding himself. And when he found himself, he never tapped out again. Until now. But that's the biggest problem for me. Is ever since he started saying it around 2007, 2008, he never showed once that he gave up as much as he wanted it to. You know damn well there's people wrestling wise that look at John Cena as, look, that dude's a superhero, but they know this for a fact, he can be beat. And he has been beaten. He's been beaten several times, but not once did he say that he quit. He's gotten knocked out for 3 seconds, as in he's gotten a pinfall for 3 seconds. He's passed out before. Okay, that's fine. That meant, okay, someone knocked you unconscious for 3 seconds. Okay, someone had you pass out. Okay, that means, look, they put a chokehold like that on you so damn good that you passed out. but you never said you quit. That for me shows, and I guess for me when I saw it, when he had the smile on his face as well, which didn't help for me. Now, everyone has been focusing on that for a good minute, which is okay. They made a meme out of it too. Be like, oh, okay, if I showed you this, that meant I give up. Where he had the smile on his face and he tapped. Right here. They've been going nuts with that for a couple of days now. I think they're gonna go nuts with that for a long time. Be like, fuck it. There's only so much I can do. I'm just gonna quit. Bro, I would have just passed out. Fuck it. You got me. You're the better man, but I'm passing the fuck out. Okay? But, yeah, that's just me. Congratulations on John Cena, though, for a lengthy 20-plus year career. Everybody gave their thanks. Everybody gave their salutes. Everybody gave their you can't see me's, and they will continue to. You'll continue to see John Cena in tons of other stuff. Best believe this won't be the last time you'll see of him. In fact, he's an ambassador for WWE now, right after the match. But one other thing I hated with this, and this is after the match, and you knew it. When Triple H came out, when everybody in the roster came out, they booed the living fuck out of Triple H. They booed that man out the building. And I understand why they booed him out the building. Because you practically just did character assassination with the one guy that's been telling everyone to never give up for like 20 years. The fuck did he do? What didn't he do? Omega, he booked this match. Omega, he called the ending. What didn't he do? He called the ending. He told him, go out there, have a good match, but make sure in the end that Cena taps out. This ain't the only bad thing he's done throughout this whole situation with John Cena. This whole run, let's be real, this whole retirement run was very forgettable. When people look back at this, they're not going to remember the retirement run. And if they do, they're going to remember that run. They're going to remember that WrestleMania match, and that's it. They ain't going to remember a damn thing about much else. They're not going to remember, this is the heel turn that happened for John Cena, to, now he goes back to that. Now, part of that is also The Rock's fault, because The Rock showed up, had this happen, and we did not see him again. We still haven't seen him. The last we've seen of The Rock was that man shed all that weight and still didn't come back to WWE. Right, there's that too. He came out at the wrong time. Not only that, he came out at the wrong time, hugged the dude, and then, I think what made this more egregious for me is they showed a video package of his career, and John Cena didn't even get to say anything. I shit you not. John Cena didn't even get to get on the mic and say anything. They just had him leave. John Cena, of all people, not wanting to say anything post-match? His retirement run, that's it, nothing? Look, if you want to see retirement matches done right, I'm going to give you the two best retirement matches done right. Funny enough, by the same company. Go look at Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair from WrestleMania 24. I believe that's what it was. Or 25. No, 24. And then Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker in WrestleMania 26. Those are the two best retirement matches you will see. Until I see otherwise. Until I see further notice, those are the two best retirement matches. Do not look at this one. Shit, I'll make a case to say look at the one with Stone Cold and The Rock. Because after this, Stone Cold, you didn't see him come back to do any wrestling stuff since he did that with Kevin Owens like 4 years ago. He's pretty much was done because of a neck injury. And that was great. But, yeah, like I said, congratulations to John Cena, bro. You had a long, lengthy career, but this retirement one was one of the worst I have ever seen. And all I can do is hope and pray that I can hope and pray right now that I hope and pray that AJ Styles' run is a lot better. I really do pray that his run's a lot better. Because as far as I'm concerned, yeah, not a good look. So AJ Styles is going to retire the year after. So 2026, we'll have a retirement run with him next. You know, all these guys that got like 40 years of wrestling between them. So having to see this, that's one down. But we'll find out and see if WWE will do better with the next one. I hope they do. All right, till then. What's going on here? What do you mean we're canceling them? What they do now? You caught me in a good time for you. What's going on here? I'm very, very curious what's going on here. We're canceling Expedition 33. What the fuck did they do? That came quick. The game that just won Game of the Year, we want to cancel them already? What the fuck is going on? It's funny because I was just told to check it out. What do you mean they used AI? There's proof of this? Is there proof of this? If so, feel free to go ahead and post it. A tiny amount of AI. But what did they use it for is the question. Look, I'll give them credit. At least they admitted it. Because you want to know what the sad part is? Certain game companies won't admit they used that shit. But how much did they use? How much did they use it for? Like, what was it for? Voice act? If it was for voice acting, that's terrible. If it was for creating certain characters, that might be a little hard. Explore ideas, flesh out PowerPoint presentations, develop concept art, and write placeholder text. I can't be mad at them for that. Actually, funny enough, that's using AI correctly. That's using AI correctly. You want to know who else used AI correctly? And that still gets praised? Spider-Man movie, the Spider-Man movie, I think it was Into the Spider-Verse. They said they used AI to help with their animation. They didn't fully put it in there, but they used it as a means like to help them guide them of how to do specific animations. I believe that's how they pointed it out. And nobody had a problem with it. I'm sorry, Spider-Verse, my bad. Across the Spider-Verse, my bad. But yeah, they said they used it. I remember that vividly, and nobody had a problem with it. But if you mean to tell me what they did for you was they explored ideas, flesh out PowerPoint presentations, develop concept art, and write placeholder text, that's a good use. They used it correctly. Holy shit. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. That's another reason for me to go ahead and grab this game. This is actually a company that sat up there and they said, you know what? We're going to use it, but for a good reason. We actually got a good reason to use it. We're not going to use it to develop, like, you know, have it make the whole fucking game. They're not using it to, like, steal or anything. They're using it to actually, yeah. Oh, hold on. I got you on that one. Better yet, I got another one. Hold up. Do I got it? Do I got it here? I should have it. Pretty much. Yeah, if they came out and saying that the whole game was made with AI, yes. If they came out and said the whole game was made with AI, then I would have a problem. I would also have a problem if they would have came out and they would have said, "Oh, okay, we used it with our voice act. You know, we have voice acting with AI included, like the finals did." And then they wonder why I don't fuck with the finals, because literally the minute it came out, that was the first thing that was said was, "Oh, okay, they used it for their voice acting because they didn't want to hire voice actors." I'd be like, "No, dog, I'm not with that shit. Hire some voice actors." But if you mean to tell me that's what it was used for, that's what it was used for? That was a great use. That was the perfect use. Let's take a look at this. Lawrence CEO confirms the studio is using generative AI to explore ideas, flesh out PowerPoint presentations, and develop concept arts and write placeholder text. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the correct use. Is the correct use of AI. Not using it to steal artwork from people. Not using it to get over on people when it goes to games. Not using it for any other greedy and fucked up method possible. Which, funny enough, Fuyu, I'm happy you sent me this, because you know what? I was debating on not having to use this at all. I was debating on not having to sit up there. I was debating on not having to sit up here and post this. Yes, not using it to create artwork. But you want to know what? I didn't want to post this up here because I didn't want to continue the conversation that I had last week about it. But I do want to go ahead and post this. Okay? This person said AI haters are not defending art. They're defending a specific barrier entry to let them feel special without having to at risk actually expressing anything original. I said this. The barrier in question is you not wanting to pick up a pencil or a digital pen. Now you tell me if I'm wrong. The more funny part about it is, if you go on Grok, or if you actually do use it, but if you do use it for the fun of it, if you do use the AI, there's no shame in using it, considering what you just saw from Expedition 33, what you just saw from, the Spider-Verse movie. If you've seen it, it can be used for good. It can be used if you have great intentions. It can be used if you're looking to help broaden what you have going on. Increase the idea that you have going on if you actually use it right. But the funny thing is, even the AI that y'all use don't even like how you use it. They are not even fucking with you. The bots are not even fucking with you. And that's what makes it funny. Because I asked this question here when it went to ChatGPT. I sat up there and I asked it this question. If I put you on the spot today, what would you say to AI artists that are using you in other AI platforms the way that they have currently? I'm just staying out of it so people can't say that I trained you or forced you to say any of this. And the response was, if you really put me on the spot, and speaking only for myself, not for you or anyone else, this is just what I'd say. AI is a tool, not an identity, not a replacement for creativity, and not a shield for responsibility. If you're using AI to learn, prototype, explore ideas, or speed up parts of your workflow, that's valid. Artists have always used tools, brushes, cameras, digital tablets, photo references, 3D models, and 3D models. AI fits in that lineage. But if you're using AI to claim work you didn't meaningfully shape, to erase the labor of human artists, or to talk down to people who feel threatened by it, then you're not pushing art forward. You're just avoiding the hard part, which is intention, authorship, and accountability. But then likewise, harassing or dismissing AI-assisted creators as not real artists kind of misses the point. The real question isn't was AI involved, was there a human judgment, taste, revision, and purpose? AI doesn't have taste, AI doesn't have stakes, AI doesn't have something it's trying to say. People do. So use AI honestly. Credit your process when it matters. Respect artists, human and AI assisted alike, and don't confuse speed with skill or generation with creation. That's it. No sides, no slogans, just responsibility and clarity. And for the record, you didn't train me, force me, or steer this answer. This is just my own take said plainly. So basically, to put it simply, all of the AI art that we see right now on social media, whether it's on Blue Sky and mostly when it sure as fuck is on Twitter, hell, I'll go one step further. Even when you take your ass to Rule 34 and where they have a fucking AI filter on there, you even got your own bot sitting up there and telling you that the way that y'all are using it is completely fucked. And y'all need to chill. I ain't tell it to use it. I ain't tell it to say all this. It just outright did it themselves. How did you know Rule 34 had an AI filter? Omega, come the fuck on, dog. Did you really think I don't take my ass to Rule 34 to look up porn? Of course, when you get on there, they're gonna have it on the bottom left-hand side, and they'll say, "Oh, okay, there's a filter on there." It says it right here from Grok as well. So if y'all want to read all that, feel free, because I'm not gonna read what Grok says, but you'll see it's essentially the same thing. But this is the big one I do want to highlight, where it says, if you want this medium to have, I'm not even gonna read that part. What it says here. If you're treating other people's lifetimes of developed skill, struggle, and personal expression as a free buffet of prompts, you type a name, hit generate, tweak it slightly, and post it like it's yours. You're building portfolios, Patreon tiers, print shops, viral threads off the back of artists who never consented and are now watching their commissions vanish. That's not, that's not, cannot pronounce shit. Democratizing art, if that's how that's pronounced, that's extraction. The defense that style isn't copyrightable or humans copy too falls flat when the tool can replicate someone's signature look in seconds because it was trained on their entire body of work without permission. It's not loose inspiration over years of study, it's statistical cloning on demand. And the market impact is real, and it's happening now. Illustrators, concept artists, character designs, people who spent decades owning their distinctive voices are losing their jobs faster than they can pivot. Clients choose the $10 AI subscription over the $500 commission because it's close enough at thumbnail size. You don't have to feel guilty for using the tech, but you do have to be honest about the cost. If you want this medium to have any long-term legitimacy, start acting like it. Stop typing living artist names as prompts, full stop. Train or fine-tune on your own art or explicitly licensed sources. Develop a voice that isn't just a remix of someone else's. Support human artists with money and signal boosts, not just inspiration. And be transparent when something is AI generated or AI assisted. Literally, the own AI you use don't even fuck with y'all. Unfucking believable. Makes you wonder, huh? Even an AI can see the fucked up state of the world that has been going on with artists, that has been going on with the PCs as of late, with RAM. And even they're saying that the way how these people are currently using it, it's terrible. Because Expedition 33, it's showing that it can be used right. It's showing that it can be used right. Across the Spider-Verse showed that it can be used right. Funny enough, even I had to ask the question with whether or not if I was using AI correctly, because even I used it to an extent. And I'm gonna be honest, I'll gladly tell you, I'm using it to write my character's story right now. I'm using it as help to write my character's story right now, because you can see I was on 7 chapters with my character's story until I said, you know what, I don't think I can write this story anymore, because I'm fresh out of ideas. My head is fucking blank, and writer's block hit me like a truck. I used it to finish up the rest of the story. And then, honestly, I liked how it went. I had no problem with that. But the one big thing I made sure, even though I had no problem with it, I still asked the question whether or not if I was using it right, if I'm using it for the right cause. Now, if y'all wish to read that, I will gladly put that in the just chatting section. Just ping me to let me know whether or not y'all want to read it. Because I'm not going to force it down everybody's throat. But this isn't the only instance where I did use AI for entertainment purposes. I'm not using it to make money. I'm not using it to steal from people. That's never my intention. That's not my intention. Y'all know more than anybody that's not my intention. Considering still to this day, even right now, I'm willing to sit up there and pay money and support my fellow artists and support as many artists as possible. I only use it as a means to entertain not only myself to get a story out of the way, but I also mean it to entertain you guys. I mean, shit, this literally, hold on, give me a minute. Is she still around? Yeah, like, literally, this is still around. Hold on, give me a minute. She's still around. And I've been debating whether or not do we get rid of her. And I'll leave that up to y'all whether or not do we get rid of her. I don't know.
Right in the Phantoms asked me, thoughts on Gogmazios in Monster Hunter Wilds. Gogmazios in Monster Hunter Wilds is an absolute beast. That massive oil-covered elder dragon is both terrifying and epic.
We kept AI made
trying
here
to take it down, especially with those insane moves and that explosive final phase. I love the challenge, especially with a charge blade in hand. Plus, taking down such a huge monster feels super rewarding. Just gotta watch out for that sticky black goo.
Now, we only use that for the fun of it. I still don't know whether or not we keep her or whether we get rid of her. I'll leave that entirely up to y'all. You couldn't hear her? That's fine, because that'll be for next time. But my point is, look, we only use it for the fun of it. And Expedition used it to help. They helped out their project. Spider-Verse used it to help out their project. It was never meant to full on use it as a means to, you know, truly get their situation, you know, out there. They still had to use artists. They still had to write it all down. They had the idea, they have the bridge of it, but they still had to write a good chunk of their idea down. They still had to animate a good chunk of what they were looking for. And, you know, there you go. They used it right. And I'm hoping I did too with all this. But that's for a story for another day, or that's for a chat for another time. Who knows? Y'all might want to chat with me about it either after the stream or whenever it gets to that point. Feel free to go ahead and let me know. Till then, I'm done for now. I've talked all I've had to talk about. We've been at this for like 2 hours and 40 minutes. Till then, I'll see y'all when I see you. Let's take a look at who's streaming right now. But yeah, I'm dead serious. Football? No, not today. Cause football was Monday night, and I missed it. I think I missed it. If there is any football, shit, I would love to know who's on. Let me see, who can we raid? Let's take a good look. Take a good look. Take a good look. Good look. Good look. Good look. I haven't seen Kokek in a good minute. All right. I'm gonna raid somebody different. Hey, you know what? This is definitely different. We haven't raided these two in a hot minute. Good minute. Oh, yeah. For who clapped? Of course, Eagles and Raiders was clap cheeks of the week, by the way. My bad for you. If that's what you meant for me covering it, yeah, Raiders was clap cheeks of the week. Okay, so, Handy. I haven't rated Handy in a good minute. Go check him out. Go show some love. Cool ass dude. Haven't talked with him in a hot minute, in a good minute, but he's a really cool ass dude. He's very fun to take a look at. Till then, y'all have yourself a good rest of the day, night, evening, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do some art tomorrow. We're gonna try to, like have some fun. Bye.